Hook on camera. Energetic, cinematic close-up of host beside both cars or high-res render. Two very different flavors of dream car. One a soft, sculpted revival of a timeless Volkswagen classic, the other a fists down, V8 howling halo from Toyota's Gazoo Racing. Today we're breaking down the exterior design and color choices that make the 2025 Volkswagen Karmann Ghia and the Toyota GR GT Super such exciting and visually distinct statements. Let's go. Opening B-roll. Slow reveal shots. Silhouette. Wheel close-ups. Lines flowing along body. Quick roadmap. I'll cover the design language and proportions, key styling details you'll notice in photos and in person, and the color palettes and finishes each brand is pushing, plus the small details that tell you whether these are sculptures or weapons. Section 1. 2025 Volkswagen Karmann Ghia, on camera, relaxed, admiring tone. Intro. The Karmann Ghia has always been about charm over brute force, elegant curves, balanced proportions, and a personality that's part Italian coachwork and part German engineering. Volkswagen's 2025 reimagining leans into that heritage, but translated for a modern audience. Sleeker surfaces, LED signatures, and contemporary proportions that hint at both retro romance and daily usability. Exterior design, shape and proportions. Look past the badge and you'll quickly spot the lineage. Long, gently rounded hood, a low greenhouse, and hips that swell into graceful rear fenders. Unlike the upright fenders of the original, the 2025 model smooths transitions between panels for better aerodynamics and a more cohesive silhouette. Designers kept the face friendly, circular or softly squared light clusters, while flattening and widening the stance so it reads modern and planted from 3/4. Lighting and graphics. Lighting is where old and new meet. Signature daytime LEDs are arranged as thin strips or rings that echo vintage round lamps, but they sit in full LED housings with high-definition animations for locking, unlocking and startup sequences. The bumper and lower intake areas are sculpted, often with contrasting trim or textured inserts that read as functional aero elements rather than chrome bling. Wheels and details. Wheels are a big part of the new look. Designers use retro-inspired shapes, think bowl or turbine motifs, but sized large and tucked into the fenders to emphasize width. Small details. Flush door handles, subtle chrome trims limited to narrow accents, and a simplified rear badge treatment preserve the classic feel without looking like a museum piece. Color options, palette and finishes. Expect the Karmann Ghia to lean into a nostalgic but premium color palette. Pastel creams and vintage mint greens for the lovers of authenticity, deep Bordeaux and cafe brown for a classic mood, and a handful of contemporary metallics, pearl white, graphite metallic, and midnight blue, to attract modern buyers. Volkswagen also teases two-tone roof body combos and a limited run of heritage colors with matte or satin finishes for collectors. User tip: B-roll close-up of paint texture. If you're filming one, capture both glossy and satin finishes under soft light. The Karmann's curves are the star, light falling across them tells the story. Section 2. Toyota GR GT Super, on camera, more excited, performance tone. Intro. Switch gears. The Toyota GR GT Super is pure halo, forged by Gazoo Racing with one clear goal: performance presence. Where the Karmann Ghia seduces, the GR punches you in the chest. Proportionally, it's low, wide, and muscular, with a front mid-engine layout hinted at by a long, tapered hood and pronounced rear haunches. Exterior design, aggression and aero. Everything on the GR reads as aerodynamic function. The front end features slim LED headlights, massive lower intakes, and purposeful splitter geometry that channels air to cooling radiators and brake ducts. The profile shows sculpted side skirts, deep lower openings, and purposeful venting behind the front wheels, all signposts of a car developed with racetrack behavior in mind. At the back expect a wide diffuser, high-performance exhaust outlets, and an adjustable wing or integrated aero beam to tune downforce. Materials and surface treatment. Carbon fiber appears on visible surfaces, roof, splitter, side sills, and body panels often show sharper creases and multi-layer composite construction to keep weight down and stiffness up. Bodywork transitions abruptly in places by design. The intent is to create clean pressure zones and controlled airflow rather than smooth, nostalgic curvature. Color options. Performance palette. Toyota's palette for a GR Halo car is performance first. Classic racing whites and greystone silvers, deep GR racing blacks, and accent liveries with high contrast stripes or Gazoo racing red highlights. Expect a set of race trim, factory liveries for track-focused editions, matte wraps, exposed carbon panels, and selectable contrasting roofs. Toyota also teases limited paint options for launch models that mimic competition liveries, signaling the car's dual road and track DNA. User tip: B-roll. Exhaust note: intake close-ups. When you film the GR, get low-angle shots through the wheel spokes and capture the exhaust flashes. That's how you translate aggression on screen. Comparison shot: on camera, split screen B-roll. Two ends of the spectrum. The Karmann Ghia uses sensual curves, restrained chromework, and nostalgic colors to evoke timeless emotion. The Toyota GR uses hard edges, aggressive aero, and race-derived colors and finishes to telegraph speed and purpose. One invites lingering glances, the other demands attention and respect. Closing: on camera, friendly. Both cars prove a point. Design is storytelling. Volkswagen tells a story about heritage reinterpreted for modern living. Toyota tells a story about motorsport DNA adapted to a road-legal halo. Whether you're into soft Italianate curves or V8 theatrics, these two 2025 releases give photographers, reviewers, and owners something to obsess over. Which side are you on? Leave a comment. And if you want, I'll do a deep dive into interior design and paint to sample options next. Outro: B-roll. Dramatic shots of both cars driving away. Hit like if you enjoyed the visual tour, subscribe for more breakdowns, and I'll see you in the next one. Sources: further reading, voiceover or description text. Coverage of the 2025 Karmann Ghia revival and design details. Toyota Gazoo Racing's GR GT prototype previews and Goodwood appearances ahead of the public reveal. If you want, I can now create video thumbnail text, YouTube description, clickbait title options, or a shot-by-shot B-roll